Hey there, Colin Dart, Mile High Modern, checking in this mid-June, chatting a little bit about the market. We can talk May stats, although I really want to be a little bit more broad in the concepts and the trends that we're experiencing in both the city of Boulder, Boulder County, and Denver metro homes market, because the markets are normalizing. The markets are finding equilibrium. We are coming off of a time where I hope we can start forgetting what was happening in 2021, 2022. It's anomalous and it is not well compared against what we're seeing in the market now. Now, keep in mind, when we're looking at statistics, it's going to be very telling to start looking at statistics year over year, starting really next month. So when we get June, July, August 2022 numbers and compare them to 2023, that's going to be a very helpful comparison because we're dealing in a similar interest rate environment. And so those are going to be a little bit more helpful when we're looking at average sold prices, understanding days on market, list to sold, etc. Overall, when you're looking at the statistics from May, they're looking great. We're in a seller's market. We are certainly seeing most homes sell for at or above list price, at least on average. Of course, it's very hyper local these days, and it really depends on what market you're in as far as what kind of success you'll have and where things will shake out as far as activity. So we're seeing almost 100% list to sold in the city of Boulder, over 100% in the city of Denver, and then right around 100% in Boulder County. Days on market are decreasing month over month. Year over year, they're increasing, of course, because we were coming off of that extreme seller's market, the tail end of that in 2022 in last May. Interest rates, that's when they first started hiking interest rates, May 2022. So when we're looking at a year over year numbers, they're starting to be a little bit more congruent markets that we can compare. Now, looking at where we are in our local market is really, to summarize, there's not a lot of buyers out there, but there's also not a lot of sellers out there. It's a much more deliberate, intentional market, not dissimilar to what we had experienced perhaps in 2018, 2017, although that was a really low inventory year, even a little bit of 2019, where not all homes went under contract in a week or even in a month, depending on the price point, especially up in Boulder and the higher price points. The list to sold waivers plus or minus 100%, but doesn't really go much below 98%. When we start entering into a more buyer favorable market. And so what I'm experiencing is a normalization, and the normalization has been fairly rapid for our market. We were coming off of, and really I think we were the lead measure of the recession that we're likely going to enter into in the next coming weeks, months in the entire market of the United States, and that the real estate market had this recession really in the third and fourth quarters of 2022, and now we're back out. I don't want to say back out to off to the races, but certainly in a growth market, although very steady and slow. When we're talking about month over month numbers, positive metrics when we're talking about seller friendly or increasing appreciation market, list to sold is doing well, days on market are doing well. Average sold prices are down year over year, but we want to keep in mind that last year it was pretty normal to see 10% above list price offers coming in. And so if we're able to absorb, if we're able to maintain those prices that were achieved last year and really set a new baseline this year, I feel very confident about ongoing stability and strength of the front homes market as we enter into the third, fourth quarter of 2023. And then of course, talking forth to 2024, when at some point, who knows when, not going to make any predictions, interest rates will eventually start subsiding. They'll find their new baseline and then we will start to see them drop. Again, who knows, probably not this year. All signs point towards sustained consistency with where they're at right now. So that's on the horizon, but certainly something that I don't use to make decisions, nor do I use to inform how I counsel buyers and sellers to be successful in this market. To be successful in this market is truly to be prepared. There are great opportunities happening. The last 3 listings that I sold went under contract in a weekend or less, and all were at or above list price. So plenty of movement going on. And of course, on the buy side, the beauty is you have a more wide spectrum of opportunity. If you want the best neighborhood with the most pretty, put a bow on it, what we call best in show property, you're probably going to have to compete. If you're willing to be very creative and take on some work, we're talking about potentially being able to negotiate. And then if you really want to go on the bottom end or the most creative end of the spectrum, there are tremendous opportunities to capture a really significant amount of equity because certain properties are having a hard time, be it neighborhood, property style, condition. And so there's a lot of more basket, a cornucopia of opportunity on the buy side. With that, only 45 seconds over this month. I'll talk to you next month. Until then, take care. Ciao.